I'm Dave Canterbury with Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, and today we're going to talk about building a correct fire lay and then starting a fire using only our ferrocerium rod and our Morakniv Bushcraft Black that comes in your deck survival kit. The key element to starting any fire is a good tinder source. Things like inner barks from trees like willow, cottonwood, and poplar work very, very well. The key to this is to process it down to give it lots of surface area, and anything that you can process down into fine hairs that are almost the size of human hairs is going to give you the best chance of success. You can place that material up against your face, and if it's cold, it's most likely damp. If it's warm, it's most likely dry. We're going to combine that with a large amount of what we call smalls. And smalls are anything from pencil lead to pencil size. And when we're collecting these sticks off the landscape, what we're looking for is something that will crack in a clean snap. That's going to give you your best chance of starting fire because those materials will be dry and dead. So the first thing we need to do is we need to process this tinder material. And to do that, all we're going to do is start shredding it down and pulling it apart. I may keep some of these bigger pieces of bark to use for more of a fuel source along with this tinder bundle. If I'm using a ferrocerium rod, I don't have to get too overcomplicated with this process, but if I'm using open flame, I don't even have to mess with it. I can collect this bark, use open flame to start this fire, and it will be fine. If I'm using a spark, like from a ferrocerium rod, I need to be a little bit more meticulous with this to give myself surface area for the sparks to hit and ignite. That's probably close enough. Now what I don't want to do is I don't want to compress this into something that looks like a bird nest that I would put an ember into because I need this thing to breathe. So I'm just going to give myself a little aeration in that bundle and set it to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build a fire lay. And to do that, I'm going to take some sticks and I'm going to build a triangle just like this on both sides. Keeping it close to my tinder bundle, but giving myself space to get sparks into that bundle. And the bigger sticks you have can be used for this part of it. Once I get a wall built up on here about the size of my tinder bundle, I'm going to take a layer of sticks and place them at the front of that V so that when I light things on fire, all I have to do is pull that down over the top of my flame. I want lots of breathability in here. Now I'm going to collect the rest of my smalls into a pile to use for fuel once my fire begins to burn. Neaten everything up a little bit. Make sure nothing's in my way. It's going to interfere with me starting this fire. At this point, what we want to do is take our ferrocerium rod. And if this is a brand new rod that we haven't used before, it's going to have a black coating on the rod to prevent it from oxidizing. That coating needs to be removed before it's going to throw sparks. So we're going to take our knife and scrape down until the rod begins to spark. You'll see a silver underneath that paint as you go. Now we're going to do the same thing of getting our boot up next to the material. We're going to get our rod and pull up just like we're starting a lawnmower. Now what we're going to do is we're going to leave this burning until the flames are above the current level of fuel so that we're not starving the fire of oxygen. Once those flames come above the current level of fuel, we're going to grab another handful of sticks and lay them on top, perpendicular to the rest of our fire lay. And again, we're going to wait until it rises up. All the smoke coming off of here is probably moisture. Once that burns away, you'll have a clean burning fire. If you built your fire lay correctly, you should be able to walk away now and collect fuel sources. Being able to start fire in inclement weather pretty much immediately is a key element to your survival. With the tools that we provided in the DECKED survival kit, you'll be ready, you'll be prepared, and you'll stay alive.